Banks aren't only making money off of interest, they're making money off of your ignorance. I mean, multiple loans, high interest, and tight cash flow can spell disaster for someone who does not know this secret that I'm going to share in this video. We're going to help you pay off hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest without it going to the bank. Let's get into it. Did you know that there's a plan that the bank has for your life? And it is to make you sure that you pay as much and as long as possible. So this is real numbers here, folks. We do have a mortgage. It is getting dwindled down. Congratulations on that. But we see something that you probably have never seen before, and that is an interest rate of 10.95%. It is possible, but remember what we say in Velocity Banking. Interest rate what? Does not matter. That's right. So we're not going to be paying the 10.95% the way we allocate the finances, and you're going to see that in just a little bit. The bank's plan for your life is to make sure that you pay the minimum monthly payment each and every time. They don't want you looking here and looking there to pay attention to what you really need to be paying attention to, and that is the principal. We need to focus on these two things, okay? And that is the balance and timing. Okay? Balance and timing are the most crucial elements in any scenario where we have to pay down gargantuan loans with little amount of money, okay, going towards the principal. Let's go ahead and share with you what we mean here. When you're thinking about interest and principal, we do want you to realize that the bank hands you a statement and there's going to be an interest rate on there. The interest rate is going to determine how much goes to them, right? Goes to the bank. And listen, folks, that's what interest rate is, okay? It's the cost of borrowing money. So anytime you see these percentages, right, on the side here, that's how much the bank is getting of the principal. Okay, minus any fees that they may charge too, because you don't know. All right. So the trap, and then we know the difference between interest versus principal. And now what we want to do is we want to point you to which one of these are the danger debt. Which one do you need to focus on first so that you can free up that cash flow to then eliminate the next inefficient loan or inefficient line of credit, okay? Now, since we don't have the minimum monthly payments here, we will just tell you that most of the time, the car loan and the credit card are going to be the ones you want to prioritize as that inefficient loan, okay? So let's go ahead and start with this one, the line of credit, this credit card right here. Why are we starting with this one versus the car loan? Well, this is the logic, okay? When we look at this principal and then we look at this principal amount, we're going to say, okay, which one can free me up out of cash flow the quickest, okay? Plus, remember, you can use your credit card as your new checking account, right? Oh, it's so beautiful. So when it comes to the car loan, we can't do that, right? We can't pay, then borrow, and then pay, and then borrow again. No way. We'd have to do that with the credit card. So let's go ahead and free up the credit card right now. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? And those that have our Money Max account, right? They already know how to pay down these debts. They already have a whole plan planned out, their forecast. All right, so they already know this. This isn't a problem for them. But you're looking at the cash flow, aren't you? And you're wondering, well, how am I going to get out of this as quick? Well, because you don't have a plan, you're not. But let me share with you a plan you can use to get out of this quickly. Let's say you have a line of credit, okay? Let's say that line of credit can wipe out the $6,966. We don't want you caught up on the numbers. Let's just have a line of credit, right, that is big enough to wipe all of this out. And plus, oh, by the way, it has a lesser interest. Okay, of course that's going to make sense, right? Okay, but you have a cash flow of $173. However, is that true? No, it's not true. Okay, what is true is that now that you have chased away this debt, you have whatever that monthly payment was. Remember, because you don't have it anymore. So now you are in control of, let's say it was $100 a month. Is that fair to say? Right? 21.5%, $100 a month. So now your cash flow is going to be 173 plus $100, okay, which is going to actually equate to $273. Now, that high interest credit card is knocked out, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and draw a line through that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next inefficient loan, all right? Let's go ahead and go there. Now, it is ideal to have cash flow, okay? You gotta have positive cash flow. However, they wanted you in this credit card for years and you just got out of it in 30 seconds, all right? So now with the line of credit, you do still owe, don't you? Right? Because it is a line of credit. But remember how you're paying it. You're paying it with your income, right? And you're paying your expenses from the line of credit, which introduces us to why, right, this amount that's left over, which is the cash flow, which is $273, is paying that amount down, okay? It is gonna take you about 2 years to go ahead and pay that off. But remember, you don't have to write a check every month, right? Because you're paying, right, with your income and your expenses are going out. Whatever is left behind is what's paying that off, okay? So now you can go towards the car loan. And once this is paid up, what are you gonna do? Oh man, yes you are. You're gonna go ahead and you're going to release an amount that you're comfortable with to make sure that the principal, guys, I can't stress this enough, that the principal amount is diminished as much as possible. Why do we want that? Well, because the interest rate is what feeds off of the principal. It feeds off the principal. The interest is the parasite and the principal is the host, okay? This cannot live, right, where there is no host, right? For instance, if this was 0, what's the 11% of 0? That's right, 0, okay? Right? So that's where we're at with that. So now whatever amount you're comfortable with, whether it's 10,000 to make sure that that principal amount is down, right? And you're paying as less interest as that is possible towards the bank, that's up to you, okay? Now, those who have cash flow that's less than $173.50, all we want, right? All we want you to do is make sure you know that there is a way to pay off that gargantuan debt, okay? And when you're looking at things the correct way, not the way the bank wants you to, right? But the correct way, you can then allocate your finances, including your line of credit, including your 401k, including your IRA, all right? Towards something that will actually give you real-time monthly payment back. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say you had a mortgage that was $38,313. Now follow me on this. This is logic. This mortgage is costing you 10.95%. All right? We're talking subprime era. It's okay. The person has a different scenario. What would be a better use of your $38,313? What would be? Would you rather keep paying, let's just say it was maybe, because this is dwindled down, right? From another mortgage, which wasn't shared. But let's just say it was $2,000. Let's just say it was $1,200, okay? We usually use $1,200 a month. Would you rather continue that $1,200 payment out, right? And you got $38,313 left, or That $38,313 that's still in your IRA earning 0 or 0.05%, right? And you're not getting anything from it except the money's there and it's secured. It's by the government. I mean, it's a government plan. What could go wrong? All right. Shout out to our government. I love our government. All right. $38,313 sitting there. Or you want to say, you know what? I think it would be worth the penalty if I took this amount out, traded it for this cash flow right here. All right. And now instead of me paying $1,200 for I don't know how many years, okay? Now I got the $1,200. I got a question for you. Do you think you can do better than your 401k? I do. I think you can do way better. Do you think you can do much more with $1,200 a month than them? Okay. Not to mention the over 70% the advisors get, you know. Okay, that's a different scenario, right? Folks, I'm telling you, this $1,200 a month, I'm not talking about one time. We're talking about $1,200 each and every month. We're talking about cash flow not going out. We're talking about cash flow coming in. All right? And these are things that our clients get help with all of the time. We go through different scenarios with them. Debt elimination, cash flow method. It's something that they're used to, okay? Because they have the Money Max account as well. So I want to go ahead and get out of your way. I want to share that with you simply because I think it's something that we all need to be reminded of, right? Every time we run into a scenario where, man, is there a faster way to pay off my debt? There is, all right? Don't forget to talk with us, all right? Listen, if you need more help on cash flow, how to gain more cash flow, how to pay off your debts faster, you need to check out this video right here. God bless you, and you guys have a good one.